Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. We'll recap the action. Day 1 at the Hungary Masters 2023. It's exciting stuff. The Masters is a really high level tournament. Just remember, if you're looking to catch all the action and catch it live, there's a link in the description with a little discount code for JudoTV. Anyway, let's get into it. So this one here guys, bit of controversy. Who do you think gets the score? White with the uranage or blue with the osotogari? They actually gave it to blue. So Kaya, he's celebrating here, but he actually went out here and lost the contest. Also, we'll talk about some upsets before we get into some Ippons and the results. Just a couple here. So the first one, Gion, he went out in his first match against Makidze, getting submitted here. Deguchi, she also went out in her first contest against Montages from Portugal. Lovely armbar here on the opposite arm. Usually people are looking for that other arm. But you can see here, Deguchi very disappointed. This is a big one, going out in a big tournament like this. And also Yang, him and Nozadzi from Georgia, they were having a bit of back and forth. Wazari a piece. Here's a Wazari for Yang. And then Nozadzi in the end, in golden score, gets this one here. Interesting, I guess you just have to call it a Sumigaishi. But it's a bit unfortunate for Yang. I mean, definitely think here, Yang, he's kind of spinning around, kind of looking for the Osaikomi. And Nozadzi, he kind of uses that momentum. But Nozadzi, he's in the right here. This position is not Newaza. Even though Yang, in his mind, he's kind of thinking about the Newaza. Anyway, let's talk about some of the Japanese guys that were competing at under 60. So we had Takato. And look at this. This is a great Ashiguruma. Wonderful setup. And also Nagayama at under 60. So Takato, he didn't look too bad. He's obviously preparing really hard for these contests. Getting kind of a little bit older than a lot of the other competitors. And he's really got to put in the work. But, he looked really good. Scoring, of course that's the most important thing, scoring. But then he came up against Kim, and I think the last time these two fought, Takato threw Kim with a massive surikomi goshi. But here, Kim with a textbook, wonderful kataguruma, and then straight into the juji. So this sent Kim into the semifinals, and sent Takato through the rapid charge. He went through, managed to get a bronze medal actually. There's a bronze medal contest here. Couple of scores. And Takato, he prefers this left versus right, always looking for some sort of ashiwaza, usually the kochi, but this time the kosoto. So upper wazari, but then manages to take it to the ground. And this is really slick. I don't think I've ever seen this before. First of all, he's going to lock up the arms, but watch what he does with his legs. Now I think a lot of people would think you're going to kick out the legs and then kind of go into a kesagatame hold with that arm. But he just keeps that inside leg on his opponent's hips. And this is osaikomi now. It's kind of hard to see with the camera angle, but it is osaikomi. He only needs 10 seconds. So kind of an interesting position with that leg. And so we were talking about Kim. These are some of his early matches before getting through Takato. So Kim looked good as well. Kim's been on the scene for so long. But he came up against Nagayama in the semifinals. And Nagayama, I think he just has Kim's number. Although I did say that about Takato the last time Takato fought Kim and threw him with that beautiful sode. But Nagayama, he's strong, powerful, and Kim's a little bit tall. And look at this. Similar way that Kim did Takato. Nice transition into the juji. So it's a little bit ironic, I guess. Very similar endings for Kim and Takato. But Nagayama definitely coming out on top into the finals. But first we'll have a look at his highlights leading up to that. This is earlier on. And just a beautiful Sore Surikomi Goshi. Nagayama now, I know he's in Europe, he's in France, training a bit. He was at Chatty's dojo not too long ago. I hope you guys know who Chatty is. He's a great YouTuber. And look at this uranage that Nagayama does. It is very, very unique. And it's quite interesting. Georgians, kind of Europeans, much more known for an uranage, but Nagayama probably has one of the most unique uranages in the game. And so this is the final. And the final, early score here. A little bit of tewaza to get a wazari. And I would say it wasn't Nagayama's hardest fight. Obviously getting up early like that with the score is always helpful. And then a pretty easy Sore here to finish the job. So under 60 for Japan, guys, quite interesting. Nagayama is actually ahead on the world rankings at the moment. And he's taken gold both times that he's been out recently. Takato, on the other hand, just one bronze to his name. So watch this space. I definitely think Nagayama at the moment has a slight lead over Takato heading into the Paris Olympics. Next up, guys, we'll have a look at Tanaka Ryoma. Still only 21 years of age, competing at a Tsukuba University. But he had a really great performance at under 66. Just the one Japanese competitor at under 66 for Japan. I mean, look at this. This sequence here, just a beautiful defense straight into a juji. He just looked like he had gone up a level. Last time I saw him, he actually almost threw Mariyama, but ended up grabbing the pants and getting Han Sokomaki for that. But at this tournament here at the Masters, he just looked like another level that he's reached. And I do kind of think that Mariyama, I'm pretty sure he is going to retire. It might be a slow process, but I definitely don't think we're going to see him on the international scene anymore. I mean, that's a bit of a statement, isn't it? We might see him in Japan, I'm not too sure. He might just compete within Japan, heading forward. So that means at under 66, I think Tanaka is probably going to take his place. There's a few other guys there, but Tanaka definitely, with this performance, he's definitely going to be number 2. Also, guys, at 66, I couldn't get the bronze medal contest for Arndt, but he took bronze, as well as Bayan Munk. And look at this Uchimata. Pretty sensational stuff. And speaking of sensational stuff, we'll get into the Ippons now before we go through the other results. Starting off with a great Uranage by Nozazi. And it was a good kind of return to form for him. I mean, he took out some good names. Didn't get a medal, but still better than his recent performances for sure. This low driving Ochigari from Lesuk. And watch this counter from Smetov. I mean, that was slick. Imomali now with the Ogoshi. I guess you probably got to call that a Surigoshi. That was a nice switch on the opposite side. Imomali, he gets countered here. Looks for kind of an Uchimata, but I mean, just didn't have the upper body control. And last up, guys, one of my favorites recently, although I'm not very good at this technique, the front Uchimata. I mean, that was just perfectly executed. Picked him up and dumped him. So at under 48, we had Wakana Koga, and she's just looking better every time she goes out. Really, really dominant performance by her. And for the bronze medals, we had Skuto and Bavudorj from Mongolia. Upper weight class now at under 52, Bouchard. I mean, she is just a high-level competitor. Not many people get through her, although Abe Uta might have her number. So she took out Krasniki in the finals, and then Primo, she took a bronze, and also Kaldiurov from Uzbekistan. And lastly, at under 57, we talked about Deguchi, who went out early, and unfortunately for her, Klimkite, I mean, she took gold with this incredible Seoinage. Really has a great Seoinage. And then there was also Beloded and Funakubo taking a bronze medal each. So that's it, guys. Stay tuned for the action. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.